It's 1969. We have the summer of love, and the man landed on the moon, and we've got this 1969 Kaiser Jeep. Hi, I'm Tammy Walker, and welcome to All Vehicles Great and Small.
This 1969 CJ-5 Universal Kaiser Jeep had two engine options. They had the original 4-cylinder Hurricane, or you could get that 225 Dauntless V6. They offered two different types of transmissions, the T86 or the T14. This Jeep has the V6 and the T14 transmission. Kaiser did offer a limited performance package called the 462, and that had the V6 engine, a roll bar, heavy-duty springs, heavy-duty frame, locking diff, oil pressure gauges, and padded visors. This Jeep is not that performance package.
We got out of the snow so we can show you this Jeep. What we have here is probably a dealer added aftermarket Ramsey winch, 8,000 pounds, PTO operated, and we've got a nice little bent bumper here, and we can pull stuff easily with the front of our Jeep as well as the back. We've added this peace sign because this is a 1969 Jeep, and you can start to see the robin's egg blue start to appear through the colors. Now, this Jeep was bought by a logging company up in Bellingham, Washington, and used for many years there. And that's where I guess this green paint job came from. This Jeep has got some standard 15-inch tall tires. They're light truck tires, and they're also 30 by 9.50. We've got the Buick Oddfire Dauntless V6 in here, and we'll talk more about that in a moment. These doors can be easily taken off. I just open this up and pick this right up off of the points. Easy peasy, no problem. And this has a roll cage inside, which we will see later. There's little things about this Jeep that make it really usable, like these little hooks here, or we have the roof rack, or these crazy unoriginal mirrors. We have an aftermarket bumper on this, and what it does is you pull up here, pull this tire forward like this, push it all the way, and then we'll just open this up, and the tailgate. We'll take these hooks out on each side. And there's our little tailgate. Under this seat here, we have a toolbox.
The production years for the CJ-5 was from 1954 to 1983, with over 603,000 CJs made. This Jeep belongs to the Dauntless family, which was from 1966 to 1970.
I didn't think I'd ever get that close. We keep a jack back here, but I don't think we've ever had to use this. All right, we've got some nice extra hooks. We got our place for our hitch and our wiring. We have our gas tank and gas cap right here. We keep a locking cap on it. And you can see it's starting to rust away. And what I really love about this Jeep is, yes, they actually put some wood in here. And this was built like this. We got some love symbols, some peace symbols. This is just a great old Jeep. And we've had this Jeep for probably about 15 years now. We named her the Little Green Bud.
This 225 was introduced in 1966 with the CJ-5, CJ-6, and C101. AMC took over in 1971 and replaced it with the AMC 16.
We've got the Buick Oddfire Dauntless in here. It's a V6, a 225, or a 3.68 liter. This engine was built from 1966 to 1971 and is mainly found in these Jeeps.
By 1968, 75% of CJs were sold with the 225. This was re-engineered from the original Hurricane 226 with a stronger flywheel to handle the vibrations from the odd-fire engine and upgraded the torque. With the V6 being an option, the standard was a 134 Willys Hurricane 4-cylinder.
The light-duty transmission is a 3-speed Borg & Warner T14 used from 1967 to 1975. We have the original oil bath air cleaner. We've got our distributor cap here, our fan, our fuel filters down here. We've got the old horn and the heater system. Step inside. These are not the original seats in here, but it looks like everything else is. We've got our lights, our wipers, a plastic bag to enclose the hole. We've got our choke, we've got our ignition switch, and we've got our speedometer. Down here we have our fan control. We've got this old realistic radio, and of course there's a ash can here. We've got a hold-on bar and the glove box way over here. To lay this windshield down, you would pull these clips up. And to take the top off, we just go through and unscrew all the screws all around on the inside. This is a granny knob, so you can just drive very easily. We've got our blinker switch here operating. And this little button is our dimmer switch for lights. We've got our clutch, our brake, and our gas. We've got our main shifter, which is what I said earlier is 3 speeds, which is reversed first, second, and third. This is our in and out, high and low for our 4-wheel drive system. And then we have our Warn all range overdrive system shifter here. Okay. And in between the seats over here, we have our PTO on and off. And our PTO is available to the front and the back of the Jeep. Okay. Our green bud can go from 0 to 60 in 8.8 seconds. The front gas tank is 10.6 gallons, and it is 135.5 inches in length, 71.7 inches in width without the mirrors, and 69.5 inches in height. Okay, and to unlock the door, we just put the key in, twist it all the way around, and there we go. There is no keyhole in this side, so let's take a look at this lock mechanism. It's got leaf spring suspension. We have an offset Dana 44 rear axle. These two switches located between the two front seats are the on and off switch for the front and back gas tanks. This gas tank was an aftermarket addition. To find the real gas tank, we just opened the driver's door and there it is. And for my favorite fact, from 1969 to 1970, Kaiser optioned a camper for the CJ-5 as a factory option or available separately. 336 were made, and they fit all CJs made from 1955 on. They fit nicely in the back end and expanded over the back and onto an axle of their own. The Jeep story began with the Willys Overland from 1944 to 1953, and then it became Willys Motor from 1953 to 1963. Kaiser merged much earlier on, but became its permanent owner from 1963 to 1970, and then AMC owned it from 1971 to 1986, with Chrysler from 1987 up until they bought Fiat, and now I believe Fiat is the owner. Actually, Fiat Chrysler.
And a big shout out to cameraman Jeff, who has many years of knowledge on these vehicles and has been feeding me the information quietly through an earpiece.
And please leave a comment or any information that you may have on this Jeep down below. It'd be great to share that knowledge with the community. Thank you so much for watching, and next week we'll see what vehicle we have to share. Bye.